Hi, my name is Bo Cisco. I'm the founder and lead instructor of the Behavioral Analysis Training Group. Today, we're going to look at a subject stop where an officer has pulled over his vehicle and is calling an individual back to his vehicle to talk to him. So when we watch this video, there's a couple things I want to look. One, I'm going to warn you that there is very little time to figure out what you need to do. You only have a couple seconds in the beginning. So now, when the officer pulls him over, there's a couple things we see that we're going to list as sudden observation reactions. Now, we know from previous trainings, sudden observation reactions, or SORs, are when someone realizes that you are looking at them. Those first couple seconds could very well indicate some sort of mindset, whether they want to run, fight, come over to you. They tell you a lot in those first couple seconds. Look for the body language. Now, we use the SOR as a way to plan our encounter with somebody. So if I see that someone wants to run, wants to fight, is scared, doesn't know that I'm there, doesn't like that I'm there, I may realize, well, there's something I may not know about this, and I may plan my encounter with them in a manner that would give me the advantage. The last thing I want to do is give someone a position of advantage over me if I can help it. So as the officer engages with this person, look for his first reactions. And now think about your decision making. Based on your first reactions, how would approaching this individual work while keeping the advantage? Think about your plan. We're going to watch this to the end and see how his plan worked out. And then we're going to talk about it a little bit after the video. Remember, look for the SOR and think about your decision-making and control aspects of the stop. I'll see you in a couple minutes.
Your hands out of your pocket. Stay down! Shots fired.
Welcome back. Okay, there's a couple things we should have noticed right now. As I said, very little amount of time in the beginning of the traffic stop, but I saw three things. I hope you did as well. I saw when the person looked back at the officer, I saw his hands go further down into his hoodie in those two front pockets. His hand went down. He crunched his body over, closing his position, and then walking faster away. So what those three things told me is there's an uncomfortable, possibly hiding something, and wants to flee the area based on those three movements. Now, we all see how that ended, and I'm going to tell you flat out in the beginning, I did not know there was a gun there. Nobody could have said that there's a gun involved in this. There wasn't enough there to show you. But what we can see is the person likely is hiding something, is uncomfortable with the officer's presence, and wants to leave quickly. Could it easily be drugs? Could it easily be a gun? Could it easily be something else, contraband, or that the person doesn't want you to find? Absolutely. So we can't automatically assume that it's a gun. So let's think about the first couple seconds of this. We see the person give those three indications: the hands deeper in the pockets, the bending over, closing the posture, and stepping up his pace, wanting to leave more quickly. So I would say, okay, there's a reason that this person's doing this. Let's think about it. How would you plan your contact with that person to keep the position of advantage and control over the situation? There's a few ways. I want to throw out one way that I was thinking of is exiting my vehicle there, walking up to that first SUV that he walked behind, continuing down the sidewalk, and call the person down from there. That way, I have the SUV as cover, concealment, and I can call the person back there from position of advantage and position of cover. Now, the SUV is not completely bulletproof, but it's better than nothing. So that might be a good place where I would call the person back to me. If the person flees, obviously we have to do something different. But for my initial reaction, I feel that would have been given me the best position of advantage given the circumstances. Now, what the officer did is the officer got back in his vehicle. Now, the person's aware of his presence. The officer got back in the vehicle, drove up alongside him, looked like there was a break in between some cars, yelled at him again, and then pulled up ahead, cutting off where he was walking to. Now, if you counted, after 6 seconds of being out of the car, the officer's in the shooting. And at that point, really, this stuff goes out the window because now you're in a shootout. It doesn't matter behaviors at this point. What we're looking to do with these videos is give you the idea what we're looking for to change your behaviors so that if you are going to get into a shooting, and that's a distinct possibility either way, you're doing it being a little more ready for this to happen and not being caught off guard by the fact that violence could present itself. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, we look at the sudden observation reactions, act and plan our encounter or our approach based on what we saw. It's not always going to be a weapon or a gun. And it's important for me to tell you that because I don't want you to get that locked in your head. But understand it's something the person doesn't want you to find. You're uncomfortable. They want to leave. They're possibly hiding something. That is the potential for something bad to happen. It's also the potential for nothing to happen. But we err on the side of caution. So when you see these things, approach the position of advantage in mind and understand the situation you're walking into. And this will also give you a much better way to defend your actions and tell people why you did what you did. It's all about articulation and understanding. Thank you very much. Stay ready. If you like this video, please pass it on to somebody else. Like and subscribe so more people can see them. And I will see you soon.